Hi, I'm Erica Stice and I'm the studio coordinator at Halstead, and today I want to show you our bench polisher. It's item number X2600. It runs about $90 and we love our bench polisher up here in the employee studio at Halstead. We use it for multiple things. You could do a mirror finish or a satin finish on it. Also, you can file off rough edges. You can clean off firescale or liver sulfur, anything you don't want on it. It cleans it right up. And this is a great tool. We really enjoy ours. So I'll show you how to clean and polish it in a minute, but first I want to talk to you about what the bench polisher looks like when it comes out of the box and how you put it together. Then I want to talk about the accessories. And last but not least, I want to show you a little bit about maintaining it. It's super easy, but you need to know. And let's get started. Okay, here's the bench polisher when you receive it. And let me show you what all it comes with and what you'll use them for. So these are two screws to attach it to a tabletop, and they go right here in the front, and you'll use a Phillips screwdriver to attach them to your table. So make sure there's a dedicated place in your studio for this bench polisher, because you'll definitely want to attach it to the table. It also comes with motor brushes, and I'll show you those in just a minute. But let's move over here to the spindle. Now you have a left and a right spindle. So how you'll attach those is you'll place them. There's a cut. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a round metal bar, but in the center of it, in one part of it, there's a flat surface. So you want to make sure that your socket is on top of that flat surface, and you'll do that on the opposite side, and it's over just a tiny little hair. They're not even. And you'll slide that one on, and then you'll use your Allen wrench to go ahead and lock them in. And it's very quick. It's just a turn. And this attaches a spindle to your bench polisher. Now it also comes with two abrasive wheels, and these wheels will file stuff down. It will clean up rough metal. You can use it to remove liver of sulfur or firescale. And how we have ours set up here in the studio is we always have our abrasive wheel on the left hand side and our polishing wheel on the right hand side. So we know to kind of gravitate from cleaning it up to polishing it to a mirror finish. And I'll show you that in a little while during the demo. Okay, now that we've talked about the bench polisher and how to put it together, I want to go ahead and talk about the motor brushes. Now, motor brushes allow electricity to flow between stationary and moving parts, so it's really important this is maintained. You don't want these to wear out, and they will wear out. They can actually go down about 1/8 of an inch before you need to replace them, but I want to show you how to replace them and how you do your maintenance. This maintenance for the bench polisher only takes about 5 minutes, and you want to start doing it about after 3 months of running your machine. And then after that, you can adjust it to see how often you run your bench polisher and how quickly the brushes are wearing out. So you have two places where these go into, and the first one is on the back, and the second one is on the front, and it's on both of them are on the right hand side. And you'll change them out the same way. But let me show you on this front one here where I can angle this and you can see how it's done. So I'll move this forward so you can see the spot. And right here is where it takes a flathead screwdriver, and you'll do the same thing on the back, and you'll twist this. Sorry, there's movement right now, but we'll twist this and take this little cap out. And here you can see your motor brush. Now this comes with two to start out with, so these will be your spares. But this is how they look, and you want to just slip them down into this little square socket here. I think you can see it. They slip right down in there, and you want to push that top down when you replace it. Slip the bolt or nut back over it, and then go ahead and just screw it in. And you just want to visually check those every few months, and you'll get used to how often you need to change them, and you won't have to check that often. But that's how you do your maintenance, and that's it on your bench polisher. It's super easy, and there's two of those front and back. Okay, now that we've discussed the bench polisher, let's go ahead and talk about the accessories that you can purchase with it. Now, these are item numbers X702 and X704, and they're made with from aluminum oxide, and they leave a satin finish on your piece. So this is a very fine one, and this is a fine one over here. And like I said, they'll leave a satin finish in their aluminum oxide, and that's X702, X704. The other one that'll leave a satin finish is our ultrafine polisher made out of silicone carbide, and this item number is X701. And this one's a lot thicker than these other two you could see. Now, another one I want to talk to you about, another accessory, is X703. This is a brilliant buff polisher, and it's chemically impregnated already, and it's made out of 100% long-strand Egyptian cotton, and it's non-toxic and non-allergenic, so you will not need to use a polishing compound with this one. However, on this one, this is our muslin buff, and this is item X684, and this is the one we use the most in the studio when we do our polishing, because we really like to use our zip compound with it. And you just put a little bit on there, and you polish this for a mirror finish using this one. And our zip compound can work with copper, silver, soft stones. We've used it for numerous things. It's never damaged anything, so we really like this buffing compound right here. Okay, now that I've shown you what accessories you can purchase for your bench polisher, I want to go ahead and give you a quick demo of how the bench polisher actually works. So we have a piece of copper right here that has firescale all over it, and also a piece right here that has liver of sulfur. So I want to show you how well these abrasive wheels work that come with your machine, and you get 2 of them, don't forget, so you'll have plenty for a while. They last quite a while. And I also want to show you one quick thing while we're doing that, is I want to show you how to use your muslin buff with your zip polishing compound for a mirror finish. So let's get started. Alright, so before I show you the demo, I want to tell you a little bit about safety. So the bench polisher kicks off compounds on this side, and it kicks off a lot of dust on this side, so you want to make sure that you wear a mask, and if you can, get a hood too. It'll help with some of that dust that it kicks off. And also, you'll want to wear safety glasses and also an apron to protect your clothes, safety glasses to protect your eyes, and also, please, if you have long hair, tie it back. It's very dangerous around the bench polisher to have long hair, so tie it back and out of the way, and let's go on to our demo. Alright, so let me give you a quick demo on how this polishing works. This is a bench polisher we have in the studio here, and we have the abrasive on this side and the polishing muslin buff on this side. So we kind of work left to right. Now to turn this on, we actually have a hood for ours because it kicks off a lot of dust. So you turn the hood on first, and then you turn this on, and then you spin this. Now this is as high as it gets, but we don't ever use ours that high of a setting. So you can go about medium. It has a line in it so you can see. And that usually does everything we need it to do, but you're welcome to turn it up if you want. Now this is going to get pretty loud, so sorry about that, but let me go ahead and show you. Now this will make your metals really hot, so let me show you a couple accessories that we have for the bench polisher that can help. This is a polishing gizmo, and you can use this side with chain. So what you do is you would wrap your bracelet or your necklace around this area, then you would close it, and then you can use that to do some polishing on it with it. And on this side you can use the ring, and that kind of keeps your hands away from the heat. Another thing I like to use is the ring clamp. This is kind of like my go-to at the bench polisher. And I just lock it in, I slam it down to lock the piece of metal into place. Now whenever you use your bench polisher, you want to make sure your metal is always aimed downwards towards the ground. Because if you were to lose your metal or it would come loose, it would kick towards the back. But if you had it this way, it would kick towards you. So always make sure you do all of your polishing aiming downwards with your metal. And that's for both sides, left or right, whichever one you're using. So let me go ahead and show you how fast this abrasive will clean up. It already cleaned this half of it. Now let me show you how fast it'll clean off. That was liver of sulfur, so let me show you how fast it'll clean firescale. So again, I'm aiming it downwards. And there you go, it cleaned off all that firescale that was there. Again, this is a really dirty side, so I'll show you again. And that's how quickly that works. Now to get a mirror finish, Let me clean this sterling silver over here on the side. Now I've taken off that layer of liver of sulfur that was on there. Now I'm going to move over here to the Muslim buff and the polishing compound. And I'm going to just put a little bit of zip on there. You don't want to put too much. A little bit goes a long ways. And now I'm going to again aim it downwards. And this compound works under heat, so the hotter your piece gets, the better. And see the mirror finish already coming through? And now to clean this, if you have extra zip on there, you're going to want to use a bastard file. And you just want to place it on there from the bottom, and it'll clean some of that extra compound off of your buff. The teeth cleans it off, and you can see that that's a little dark. But if you put too much compound on it, you're going to be working for a long time to polish your piece. So if you ever have too much, that's a quick little tip on how to clean these buffs off. Today I've told you about our bench polisher. We've covered maintenance, how to put it together, the accessories that go with it, and also I've demoed how it works. And I hope you realize this will save so much time in your studio. I highly recommend getting one. They're awesome. We've had the same one for 3 years and we absolutely love it up here. Thanks for watching.